Hello everyone, I'm Carrie and I'm back with another pick a card reading, and this time I'm answering the question, why are people thankful for you? Why are they thankful for you? I love it. Of course, it's Thanksgiving, at least that's when I'm going to post this reading, and sometimes you just need to be reminded of why people are thankful for you. I remember the other day somebody told me something that I did, and it was years ago that I did this thing, and it was just like profound to them when literally like don't remember it, didn't do it to make them happy. I just did it because it's something that I do. It's part of like who I am, and I was like, oh wow, okay. I didn't mean it. I didn't know it meant that much to you. But sometimes we forget. Like we see ourselves every day, so we forget how like impactful we can be. And so I'm hoping this reading can remind us of the things that we just do, showing up, just every day. And people are grateful to us for those things. So before I get started, I just want to say thank you so much for your love, your light, your positive energy. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile one. That's pile one, pile two, pile three. Three piles here. Okay, pile one. Why are people thankful for you? Pile one. Just gonna pull the cards out. Make sure there's no nudity. By the way, I'm using the Light Seers Tarot. Love this deck. Is that focused? Okay. Why are people thankful for you? Pile one. They're thankful for you because you've got, I heard that song by Sia, I've got thick skin and an elastic heart. Basically, you're somebody who, no matter what happens, like they know that you're going to show up in love. Like you kind of just thinking about the type of person that you're going to be is one of those people where you might be somebody who like gives back a lot to your community. So you might be like in the soup kitchens right now, like literally on Thanksgiving Day, you're serving people food, or you're having folks over to your house, you're cooking for a whole bunch of people. And you might not even be somebody who is super wealthy, but you're just one of those people who like it's very important to you to give back to the community. Like it just literally doesn't matter what's going on. That's what I see when I see the Lovers card. Like that's balanced. Somebody who is balanced in love, nothing can really shake them. So let's say there's a zombie apocalypse. You know how some people, they completely change their character. Of course, we're talking about on TV because I hope that no zombie apocalypse has happened. But how, on TV people change their character during the zombie apocalypse. They're really kind people, but they turn into these killers because they're a zombie. Like the apocalypse has changed like fundamentally who they are. You're gonna be somebody during this zombie apocalypse who's saving folks, who's like cooking for folks, making sure people are okay. You see like a kid who's been abandoned, you'll take that kid in and help them to grow up in the zombie apocalypse. Oh, and by the way, you're somebody who is strong too because you can handle all that kind of stuff. Like you're not gonna be somebody who just falls. Like, oh no, the zombie apocalypse has happened. I'm gonna like run outside and get killed like an idiot. I don't know if you watch some of these shows. People run towards the danger, and it's like did you see us running from that direction? Why would you go there? Why? You're not gonna be one of those people. You're gonna be one of those people who survives. And not only are you gonna survive, but you're gonna make sure people are okay. You're gonna bring them with you. You're not gonna leave them or abandon them. So that's what people are grateful to you for. If we get down here to these cards, Justice, Three of Swords, and the Death, Rebirth. The thing is, they know that no matter what, you're somebody who is fair. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, people might even feel comfortable telling you about what they've done, like, the not so good things about themselves, because they know that you might not judge them. And even if you do judge them, it would be a fair judgment, like, it might be somebody who's like, hey, I used to steal back in the day. And then you're going to be like, well, you can come in my house, but don't leave my sight because you steal. I know you steal. But they're going to be like, that's fair because, yeah, I do be stealing. But whereas some folks who won't even let you in the house if you steal, like you're someone who, yeah, you might judge, but you're going to judge fairly. Or if you even judge at all, you might not even judge at all. You might be somebody who's just like, come in my house, I trust you. I hope you're not like that because we always got to have we got to have our eyes on people. But if that's how you are, that's how you are. Somebody who's, going to be fair in whatever it is that they do. Even if it's like, if you're giving back to people, you're not going to give more to somebody just because you're cool with them and you know them. Like your giving is equal because we have this justice, this balance. Also, you're probably someone who in your community or in your world, you bring balance. Like if you see somebody who is downtrodden, you're gonna help them out. If you see somebody who needs help, if you even see somebody who's having like some injustice is done upon them, you can even speak on that. You can be like, hey, this isn't right. We need to fix this, and you might make a plan to have it fixed. Or even like sometimes if you just say something. I think sometimes some people aren't sure whether or not they have been, I don't know what misjustice is to mean, whether something has happened against them or not, they're not sure. But you can come in with that clarity and be like, oh, actually, yeah, this is wrong. You should go talk to this person, da da da. Like you're somebody who's going to be helpful in that way. And then we see the Three of Swords here with this heart being pulled apart. They people might trust you too because they know you've been through some things as well. Like you may not be, I don't know why I just keep getting this picture of like in the hood, there's this lady's house that people go to because they know that in her house everything's good. She's, she might rule with an iron fist. She might not play. Like you better not go in her house and break nothing. But she's gonna be kind to you. If you need a meal, she's gonna feed you. But you know that she also is on welfare as well, just like you, just like everybody else who comes to the house. But she always seems to make a way. That's the type of person or the type of energy I'm getting. This is like an extreme example, right? Like not everyone has to be on welfare in order to need help or whatever. But it's just like that kind of energy of somebody who's they in the same boat as you, but they still helping out. They've been through some things as well, but they're still helping out. Maybe some of the same things that you have been through, and you see somebody like them thriving and surviving, and they can just be like a beacon of hope for you to like, you know what? I can do it too. I can pull through. I can make it. I can stand up for myself and others because look at this person doing that. And then we have Death Rebirth. I love it because we got 3 major arcana cards here, pile number 1. So you really make an impact on people. Like I feel like you go out of your way to do this. But when I see Death Rebirth, to me, this is like, see this infinity symbol that's on this card. This Death Rebirth card, it doesn't even remind me of death or rebirth. This is reminding me of time. It's reminding me of a consistent, like you are someone who can be consistently relied upon to show up in the way that you show up. And sometimes that's literally all people need is consistency. I know whenever I go to my job and I like talk to my managers, I'm hoping that whoever it is that is like my manager that day is going to give me consistent answers based on the situations, like across the board. I want, like, if A equals B, I want it to equal B every single day. Like I want that consistency. And so these people in your life, they might know you're going to be there on Thanksgiving with you're going to have the potato salad because that's what you make, and it's always good. It's going to consistently be good. They know on Christmas you're going to have that same consistent good potato salad. They know Easter, same potato salad. But it's like the way that you show up is going to be something that they can rely on. Like they can rely on you. And I don't know why it's so food-centered right now. Maybe because we're literally talking about, or it's Thanksgiving and we're talking about being thankful. And, Thanksgiving, people talk about food a lot. But it's like, I don't know, maybe you can cook. If you can cook, pile number 1, this is definitely for you. But anyway, people are thankful for you because you show up in love every single day, every single time that they're with you. They see that you always have your heart first. Like you're not putting out things outside of you first. It's like this is something that is done from your heart. And the reason I know it's done from your heart is because you're able to show up in that consistently. If it's an outside pressure that is forcing us or making us feel like we must do something, we're not able to be consistent in that because we're going to always need that outside pressure, and it's going to need to be continuous, and it's going to need to level up too, so that as we grow, the outside pressure has to grow and keep us in that same box, right? But this isn't a box that you're in. This is truly who you are. It's like balance. We see balance twice. The Lovers to me is balance. Also, Justice is balance. So you are balanced in this. They can rely on you. They can show up. If they need assistance, they can ask you for that. If if you bought the same thing to them to their house one week, they know the next week you're going to be bringing the same thing. But they know you'll be able to keep your word. Like they know that you are a strong, trustworthy person, and if they need to go to you for help, they can. Now, it's interesting because just because you're that does not mean that people go to you all the time for this. It's that when they do, they know that they will get something that they need, whether it be a word of advice or it be some like monetary something or it be a hot meal, like whatever it is. Even if you run a business or a corporation, they know that your business is like And they always have their stuff done on time. I can rely on them. I can show up and they're gonna get whatever it is that I ask for because I know that they work hard and they do whatever, like X, Y, and Z. It's just a part of you, the consistency and the part of you doing this from your heart. Pile number one, and that's why people are thankful for you. All right, I'm gonna move on to pile number two. All right, pile number two, why are people thankful for you? You just start with making sure these cards have no nudity. Yep, we're good. Why are people thankful for pile number two? It's funny. Pile number two. I don't know if you can fight, but I've seen this on the Five of Wands, like somebody who can fight. But that aside, that's just the thing that I just thought of. So if you can fight, this might be for you. But with this Five of Wands, I really see somebody who people are thankful for you because you're not somebody who's just gonna stand off to the side and watch stuff happen. You're somebody who's gonna jump in and either fix it or figure it out or whatever. Like whatever it is you gotta do, you're gonna jump in. You're not gonna be like, oh well, somebody need to do something about that. That's not you. That is not your energy. You're not the type of person who's gonna just sit and wait and blah 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 whatever. It's interesting though because you might not always be successful in your endeavors, but it does not stop you from trying. I get that from the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. We have 555. Like you're a change maker, pile number two. No matter what's going on, it's like if they see you coming around the corner, I'm like, uh-oh, such and such is about to they about to mess something up. They about to not mess, but you know, another word that I can't use here on YouTube. They about to, you know, do something right now. Like they're gonna take action. Basically, they see you coming around the corner and they're like, okay, they're gonna take some action. This is not gonna be something that they're gonna let go. They're not gonna let nothing slide. They're gonna take action. They're gonna do what needs to be done to get wherever it is that they need to go. Pile number two does not play, basically. So you gotta be able to fight. We got this Five of Cups. This woman, there's all of these cups that it looks like they've tried or she's tried to make something happen. And whatever situation this is, she's tried, but she got this other cup and she's still trying. I think that's you. If you are somebody who is a community leader, you can be one of those people who literally like, there might be so many things against what it is that you want to do for the community. So many negatives, people not showing up, people not paying the money, people not assisting you. You might literally, like the government might be trying to block you or whatever it is that you're trying to do. No one's helping, but you're still going. Like you're not giving up. You're still going. You're still trying. You're like trying all different kinds of things and ways and blah blah blah. It's like you're very passionate. You have this passionate energy that is able to sustain like a long-term fight. And when I think of a long-term fight, I'm thinking against like maybe somebody's trying to take your house or try to take your friends or family's house, and you're like, no, we're gonna get this lawyer, we're gonna do this and that. Like you come with a plan. You're not just like, dang, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. But you're really in there trying to help and trying to assist and trying to figure it out. Even for your own stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody else's thing, but people can be from the outside looking in, watching you fight for justice for whatever it is that's going wrong in your community, in your life, at work, like wherever, in your relationship. Somebody does you wrong, it's like, all right, I'm letting that go. I'm gonna try again. Let me try with another partner, or let me try with another business. Let me try with another position. Like whatever it is that you want to do. Let me get a different lawyer. Let me get a different financial advisor. Like I'm not gonna just sit down and let things happen to me. I'm gonna be very active in my life, and that's what people admire you for. They're thankful and grateful for you for, because you can literally just be that bright torch that is showing the way. It's like, sometimes people don't understand that all you got to do is persevere and keep going and keep trying, and then that's how you succeed. They don't understand that. They're just like, well, I tried one time and I failed, so they might literally not understand it until they see you doing it, and you're like showing them that way. That's why I see you as this bright torch as well. And also this Ace of Wands energy is just reminding me of that perseverance. It's like your torch is not going to go out. You could also be a fire sign as well, so you just got that fire energy within you. Like it's just what it's like, just a part of you. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. That's why I was saying, like, no matter what, you're going to keep going. Like, this door is closed to this person. It's interesting because the key is there. They have their head down, but I don't feel like this is your energy. I feel like no matter what, you're going to be able to figure out where the key is and how to open and unlock this door. It's like there might be a lot of things that are coming against you, or that have even been against you, or that are like not on your side, but you still keep going and persevering, and you're not going to let anything stop you. Literally, we have 5 up here on these cards. So if you resonate with that, or if you're a life path 5 or whatever, however that resonates with you in your life, just know that you're someone who's not going to stop until it's done. Like, you're not going to finish until it's done. But even in your life, you might have had a lot of obstacles, or you might continue to have a lot of obstacles, because how in the world do you become good at navigating obstacles unless there's obstacles that are in your way? You got to figure out how to push them out the way. And I feel like for you, that is what you're really good and proficient at. And people who are around you see that, they have observed that, they're learning from you, and they also see this, like, nobody's left behind. Like, you're not going to leave them here to do it on their own. You might be the one that's pushing the hardest for change, and literally it's not even your thing. It's not even your problem, but you're still out there trying to get it done, trying to work for and push it forward to succeed. And I feel like just seeing this energy of the 5 of Pentacles, I don't feel like that's a type of energy that you resonate with. I feel like you're gonna be somebody like, why are you there? The key's here, the lock's here. Like, open it up, keep going, keep trying. Like, you could literally be a motivational speaker, or somebody who, like a lawyer, or someone who like speaks up for people. Basically, again, I feel like you can fight, so maybe you can also debate. You could be put in those types of situations where some people who don't have voices, you speak up for them. And this is going to be something, again, because people are being grateful for you for doing this. It might be something that you do every single day that you don't even think about. It's just like, it's nothing to you. It's just like, this is what I do. Why are you thanking me for this? I do this every day. It's a part of who I am. And people are really grateful to you because you're like the leader. You take whatever issue it is within your hands and you make something happen. You're not going to just sit idle. So they know if they call on you, then you're going to be someone who can assist them and help them. Okay, pile 2, keep fighting. Okay, move on to pile 3. Okay, these are your cards. Pile number 3. Let's go start with the first one. And the rest. All right, pile 3. Why people are grateful for you. I just heard you had no business. So 10 of Wands here. This is about moving on. Normally, the person is like very, very heavily burdened, and they seem like almost as if they're going to collapse because they have so many burdens. But in this card, this person is moving on. It looks like they are taking all their stuff and they're moving somewhere else. It's like, I'm taking my gifts and I'm going. And I see that for you, pile number 3. It seems like people are thankful for you because it's like you are in control of your own life, and they can clearly see that. They see that no matter what comes your way, or no matter, and it's even like you might make some unconventional decisions. It's like no matter what you move on from, like you literally might be one of those people who is a jack of all trades. So you may have worked in one industry and then switched to a completely different one, and then started your own business, and then went back to work for that same industry that you started with. Like, you might be somebody who is consistently changing, but people around you are seeing that you're leveling up. It's like you are in control of the change. It's like none of the things that you have moved on from have been worthy of you staying. And it might not have been something that they saw in the beginning. They might be like, why are they leaving that? That don't make no sense. And then they see you 2 years later or 6 months later, like, wow, they're really thriving after they moved on from that thing, after they took all of this stuff and left. Or same like with a relationship, they just left that man. She just left that man. And he was a millionaire. She had nothing, and she walks away with nothing but the clothes on her back. But look at her, she's thriving now. Like, you might be somebody like that who makes, I say that's an unconventional decision, but to me that would be an easy decision. But it might be an unconventional decision for you to leave something that seems from the outside to be amazing, but to you, and maybe to you alone, you can tell that that's not the good place to be. Like maybe you left the company right before it went down the drain, and there were no indicators to determine. Like your coworkers might have been like, "Why are you leaving this good job? This is a perfectly good job. There's nothing going on here." And then a couple of months after you leave, there's something huge that goes wrong, and they're like, "Dang, you got out just in time." Like you might be one of those kind of people who just when to leave, like when to take your exit. But because of that, and because you just make your own decisions, they might really think, "Hey, you're in control of your life." And seeing you make your decisions and kind of just like stand on your own word, that is something that people really admire, and they're grateful to you for, because it helps them have their own confidence and stand in their own power when it comes to whatever it is that they want to do. And it's interesting because maybe some people may have followed you and were like, "Yes, thank you so much for getting me out of that." I just feel like for you personally, you show an example to them, because I feel like the path that you walk, you see there's nobody else on this path. You walk your own unique path. Then we have Knight of Wands, the Emperor, and the King of Cups. It's so funny. Like I can literally, when I hear like walk on the wild side, like you might be one of those people who literally, I'm telling you, just makes decisions that don't make any sense to anybody else. Or you can even give people advice to do those things, and then they don't do it, and then they're like, "Dang, I should listen to such and such," because they knew something. They knew something that I didn't know. It's funny. It's like none of these cards even seem like you're a psychic person, but it's like you just be knowing. You know something. You understand something. Like they can see that you, like this Emperor, he has this chess piece in his hand. Like they understand something on a deeper level. We all over here playing checkers. We all over here like thinking that we're doing something. This person is playing chess. It's a whole different game that they're playing. They're on a different level than we are. We don't understand it, but I actually trust this person, because every single time they make this decision to leave and do something different and like level up, they I see them making more money, or I see them with an even better partner, or I see them living in a even nicer area, or even better country. They maybe left the U.S. and it's like, wow, why would you leave the U.S.? The U.S. is amazing. And then you see them thriving in a whole other country. Like, you know what? Why didn't I go with them? They invited me. They said they could plan it out and help me. But I didn't listen, and look at them thriving while I'm stuck over here where I don't want to be. So you're somebody who, no matter what, it's like, I just literally keep getting like unconventional decisions, doing things that don't make any sense, leaving things behind on the table, like walking away with nothing but the clothes on your back. Like they may have been a business deal and you left, you literally put in 90% of the funds for the business, but you walked away with nothing. And it's like, whoa, why did they do that? Why did they choose that? And you see that there's things going on behind the scenes that's like, oh, well, I can understand why they got out of there. But how did they see that coming? It wasn't even, it didn't make sense for it to even be there. Like like people are not understanding the decisions that you make, but the way that you make them, they're kind of in awe, and they're really grateful to see someone like be a trailblazer like you are. It kind of helps give them confidence to do that same thing in their lives, and like really trust and believe and take control of their lives. I feel like sometimes, especially when we're out here living this life, or living in this world, sometimes people think there's these rules that I need to follow so that I can be okay and I can stay in line and da da da. Like if I do these things, then that means that everything's gonna be fine for me. I won't have to suffer. My life is gonna be nice and easy. And they see that you're not only not doing those things, but you're doing things that probably would make any normal or different person suffer, but you're not suffering. You're actually chilling in this King of Cups energy, because it's like you seem to know something. They don't know what it is that you know, but they're interested to figure it out. They're interested to kind of follow your examples. Like, okay, what does this person know? Why do they do this? What actions did they take? And you kind of help like open up their mind to things. So, they're like, in this world of people who conform, let me look at this person who is like standing on their head, walking on their hands upside down. Why are they doing that? What is their perspective? Maybe if I stand on my head too, I can see something. So I think people who are around you are really thankful for you for like helping to get them out of the same old, same old. Like you might be that person or that friend who suggests this strange artist that nobody ever heard of, and then 10 months later that artist is winning Grammys and stuff. And it's like, yeah, they put me on. I knew about that first. Or this person might, introduce you to a new cuisine that literally changed your life. It's like, try this. It might look disgusting, but you try it. It's the best thing you ever had. So you could be that person who really just opens doors for people. And it's because you have this unconventional way of thinking, of behaving, of treating others, whatever it is that you do that is so special and unique. People are actually grateful to you for like bringing that excitement and that change and that like pushing them out of the norm. They're excited or grateful to you for doing that. Okay, pile number 3, that is your reading. Thank you all so much for listening. I'll see you on the next one.